Welcome everyone to another episode of Retro Wrestling Reviews. Fredo Esparza here, and this week we look back at World Class Championship Wrestling's May 29th, 1982 show. But before we get to the review, be sure to click that subscribe button. We'll have more wrestling show reviews as well as the Lucha World podcast and other content available on this channel. This episode of World Class was taped on May 23rd, 1982 at the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. It aired on May 29th, 1982. Mark Lawrence is on commentary. He opened the show joined by King Kong Bundy, who talked about his match later on the show against Kerry Von Erich. He said Kerry was just another Von Erich he'll be beating and getting a bonus for doing so. First match on the show had Wild Bill Irwin versus Ken Mantel that ended in a draw. Match started off with Irwin going for a takedown on Ken Mantel, but Mantel reversed it and got Irwin in a hammerlock. Irwin reached the ropes and screamed at referee Bronco Lubick to get Mantel to break. Fans yelled out, "What's the matter, Chauncey?" at Wild Bill. Mantel got Irwin with another leg takedown and Bill took a little longer to reach the ropes. Mantel kept controlling the match and even got a pin attempt, but Irwin escaped. An old lady holding a little girl in the crowd is shown randomly yelling, "Get dirty!" at the wrestlers. Very random, which was very funny. Mantel kept controlling the match and again went for a toe hold on Irwin, but Wild Bill reached the ropes and again screamed at the referee. Irwin missed an elbow off the ropes at Mantel, but he caught him with a kick. Wild Bill got Mantel with more kicks and forearms. He went with a knee lift on Mantel and went for a near fall. Mantel ended up tripping Irwin, but Bill got back up and attacked Mantel. Irwin used the ropes to choke Mantel. Mantel countered and slammed Irwin's head into the top turnbuckle. Irwin and Mantel continued to go back and forth. Mantel picked up Irwin in a suplex with Irwin kicking out of a pin attempt. Both men got knocked down after hitting each other off the ropes. Irwin got back up and attacked Mantel and slammed him. Wild Bill climbed up to the middle rope and missed a splash. Now both men were down on the mat. Mantel got up and attacked Irwin. He punched Irwin and sent him to the outside as time was running out. Mantel brought Irwin back into the ring with a suplex. He missed a knee drop on Irwin. Wild Bill caught Mantel with a big kick. They exchanged blows as time was running out. Mantel knocked down Irwin with a hard right. He went for a neck breaker, but the bell rang and match had ended in a draw. The next match saw Kim Duck beating the Magic Dragon, who was accompanied by Arman Hussein, by disqualification. Hussein corrected the ring announcer, who only referred to the Magic Dragon as the Dragon. Both exchanged chops early in the match. The Magic Dragon caught Duck with a super kick early in the match. That was followed by the Magic Dragon delivering some hard chops and kicks at Kim Duck. Duck fought back and he slammed the Magic Dragon. The Magic Dragon was able to get Duck into the corner and did his cool backflip off the top rope, but Duck caught him with a chop and went for a sleeper hold variation. Hussein ran in and interfered. Referee called for the bell and a DQ on the Magic Dragon. Hussein and the Magic Dragon beat on Kim Duck. The spoiler ran out with a kendo stick and made the save for Duck. Crowd was wild as the action went on. Hussein restrained the Magic Dragon and kept him from returning to the ring. Third match on the show had Al Madril beating the Great Kabuki in a tape fist match when the referee reversed the decision. The Great Kabuki was accompanied by Gary Hart. Al Madril caught Kabuki with a few punches early in the match. Kabuki countered with some chops and some wild screams. He super kicked Madril right on the chin and got Madril in a nerve hold. Fans cheered for Madril to fight back. Madril broke free and threw a series of punches at Kabuki. He slammed Kabuki's head into the top turnbuckle. Kabuki countered with some chops. Kabuki got Madril with a reverse chop and a spinning thrust kick, and then again in another nerve hold. Madril escaped by hitting him with an elbow. Madril whipped Kabuki into the ropes and knocked him down and followed with some more punches. Madril started to box with Kabuki and kept knocking him around the ring. Kabuki caught Madril with a kick, but Al Madril kept throwing punches. Kabuki stood in front of the referee, David Manning, and got nailed by one of Madril's punches. Gary Hart climbed up on the ring apron and grabbed hold of Madril. Kabuki punched and kicked Madril and went for the pin. Referee made the count and raised Gary Hart's arm in victory for Kabuki. Referee Bronco Lubick came out and told referee David Manning what happened during the match, and the decision got reversed. Madril got the win and punched Hart. Kabuki then attacked Madril with his nunchucks. Boogaloo Tom Shaft, came out, and Kabuki knocked him out of the ring. Ken Mantel came out, and Kabuki took him out also. Jose Lothario finally came out and got knocked down, but Jose was able to toss Kabuki out of the ring. Hart kept Kabuki from getting back into the ring again. Mark Lawrence was joined by H&H Limited members Arman Hussein, King Kong Bundy, and Bugsy McGraw. Hussein said they were an organization that builds champions. He and H&H have the money to make champions. Bundy said he's making more money with H&H, unlike with the Von Erichs. McGraw talked about slamming giants. Fritz Von Erich then joined Mark Lawrence for an interview. He talked about his retirement at Texas Stadium. He mentioned that he was glad he would be wrestling King Kong Bundy for the American heavyweight title and bringing the belt back to the family. He said that he has to do it and will not be able to live without himself if he can't. He talked about the match being Falls Count Anywhere. He planned to devote all his time to his sons after this match. He wanted all of them to be world champions. Fritz said he never held the NWA World Heavyweight title, but he wants his sons to do so. Up next, Bugsy McGraw beat Boogaloo Tom Shaft after a big splash for the pin. Match started off quickly with the two exchanging punches. Shaft knocked McGraw down with a headbutt, but McGraw got back up and attacked Shaft. Some hard forearms across Shaft's chest from Bugsy. Shaft sends McGraw to the outside after some punches and headbutts. Tom Shaft followed McGraw to the outside. Bugsy sent Shaft into the ring post. They got back into the ring and Bugsy stomped on Shaft. McGraw then landed an elbow drop on Shaft and then climbed to the top rope and landed a big splash on Shaft for the pin. The main event was King Kong Bundy and Kerry Von Erich, which ended in a double countout. Bundy was accompanied by Arman Hussein. Bundy shoved Kerry away after they locked up. Kerry caught Bundy with a drop kick. Crowd cheered Kerry. Bundy got Kerry on the ropes and got him with a knee lift. They exchanged forearms until Bundy got Kerry in the corner again and charged at him. Kerry made a comeback and knocked down Bundy. Bundy got back up and kept beating on Kerry Von Erich. Arman Hussein started to scream at Bundy to remember the bonus. There's a bonus for H&H Limited members should they injure a Von Erich. The fans started chanting, "Go, Kerry, go." Bundy whipped Kerry into the ropes and hip-tossed him and followed with a knee drop for a 2 count. Kerry quickly got back up and tripped Bundy and went to work on Bundy's left leg. Kerry Von Erich punched at Bundy and prepared to go for the Iron Claw, but Bundy held him off from going after his head. Kerry instead got the claw on Bundy's midsection. Bundy raked Kerry's eyes to escape. They both exchanged blows. Bundy used the ropes to choke Kerry. Bundy tossed Kerry to the outside. Bundy followed Kerry to the outside. They continued to brawl outside the ring. Big forearms from Bundy while Kerry threw more punches at Bundy. Referee called for the bell as they couldn't get back in the ring. The two continued to brawl outside the ring, with Bronco Lubick trying to break it up. After the match, Mark Lawrence interviewed King Kong Bundy and Arman Hussein. Bundy said Kerry was lucky because if the match hadn't been stopped, he would have beat him. He vowed to beat Kevin Von Erich next week and collect his bonus. This was a good episode with some pretty good brawls throughout. Matches were kept short, but had a lot going on. The Great Kabuki continued to be a standout in 1982 for World Class. He and Al Madril's match was fun. Thought their match and the main event were the best matches on the show. There was a lot of heat throughout, as usual, at the Sportatorium. Fun show as usual, as you'll get from World Class Championship Wrestling. That's it for this review. Be sure to subscribe to the Retro Wrestling YouTube channel, and we will be back again soon with more reviews.